Alright then. Hey everybody. If you are looking for the Slay the Spire, this week there's a new magic set, so that'll be on hold. Thus the early start. I want to try and get into drafts today. So, yeah, that's basically it. We're here. New set released on Tuesday, and I want to draft it. So, the moment I hit go live, I immediately had the biggest yawn. Just like, yeah, that's good. You hit go live, it's time to sleep. 8K Emius, thank you very much for the sub. Nick Thyron, thank you for the 10 gifted subs as well. Congrats, Backlash Phi, Isabella Grimmeth, Silent Faith, Cool Shroom, Hangman, Raps is this Dowler? Now I'm thinking of Rousdower. Geo Fowler, Arkham Black, and Never Knows. Never Knows Best. Anyway, it's time. Sorry, I'm thinking of Rousdower now. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into back into Karlov Manor. From the drafts we have done and the games we've played and a couple of the ones off, the feeling I've gotten is that like decks that are able to produce bodies that compete competitively against morphs have some really high advantages. This means cards like Person of Interest in red, which makes 2/2 bodies, or the I think it's Inside Man, the 1/1 that makes a 2/2, or even just like creatures above curve, a 2/2 before your opponent gets to play them. Pretty important because the most likely play on 3 is a morph, and being able to be competitive with that is really good. I still want to see what green can do on our side of the table. The only green I think we've played was the splash in our first deck, and I don't consider that a good like direction for it. Like, sorry, I don't consider that deck a good what's the word I'm looking for? It's not representative. If I open Niv, I'll be honest, I don't know the text of Niv Mizzet in this set. I think it has flying hexproof, and then like probably something to do with 2-color cards. I don't know. I think as far as I can get is cares about how many unique 2-pair cards you have. That's old Niv too then, because that was what War of the Spark Niv did. Was care about 2-color cards. Top 10. Anyway, I think we saw it in the draft. We just didn't have a chance to read it because it was like pack 3. Okay, so we've opened Ezrim, Agency Chief, Investigate twice, sack an artifact for Vigilance, Lifelink, Hexproof. We've also opened Aurelia Above the Law. Whenever a player, not just you, attacks with 3 creatures, draw. Whenever a player attacks with 5 creatures, not just you, helix your opponent. You might be wondering, wait, what? The change in packs that this set represents involves the ability for this set to have multiple rares. I think my gut says pick Aurelia over Ezrim, specifically because Ezrim is double blue, double white, whereas Aurelia is more splashable if I need to. Also, Dog walker, detective, inside source. That's the card I was thinking of. Okay, well, let's read. When Niv Mizzet Guild Pact deals combat damage to a player, it deals X damage to any target, draws X cards, gain X life, where X is the different number of permanents among currency your color pairs among permanents you control that are exactly 2 colors. Chase of the Burning Marks. Well, am I willing to throw a draft in the hole? Burning Mask is the actual pick here. This card's like real. I'm just gonna go Burning Mask. I'm sorry, Niv. You'll get your time. It wasn't first pick, and therefore I'm not there for you. Not a fan of what I see here. One thing about that Niv in this set is that there's really not a lot of 2-color creatures outside of these like common morphs. Like we aren't terribly set in these two. In multicolor in this set. I like the Eavesdropper. I like the Hellion well enough. Suspicious Detonation is always too expensive for me. I'm gonna grab the Eavesdropper. A lot of blue. Even see outfitters, this crab. Bite down on crime, Rebel Belt Maverick. Witness is a double white card if I wanted to go that direction. I'm not uncertain of that with the packs I'm seeing. I'm looking at more maybe that Aurelia is the splash in a deck that is playing. We'll see. We're still quite early. Hellion seems to be, I think, the most clean pickup here. Crab and Deduce are fine. Crab's quite good. This is a fun Coveted Falcon. This one's fun. If Niv comes back, I will grab Niv and we will play Niv. If Niv tables it was meant to be. That one's just certain. Aftermath Analyst is like fine at blocking early. I like Crowd Control Warden. Yeah, we're starting early today, and we're not doing Slay the Spire, and we're doing all this because I want to fit 2 drafts in. This is all, like, specifically so that I can fit in I can fit these in. That's why it's no Slay the Spire today. I hope I didn't set it to Slay the Spire on the... Oh, now I've got to check. Hold on. No, we're on Magic, okay. I don't think I care about a second Helium. Inspector wishes it was a little better. Again, white's kind of dried up. Breakout is not playable in this limited format IMO because it's looking for 2 drops, and this is a format of 1 billion 3s and such. Maskmaker is, like, fine on 1 and terrible on every other turn. Scene of the Crime. Do I like Scene of the Crime more than I, or do I like escape? I'm gonna take escape tunnel this late. Okay. That's a bystander. Grab the juggler. Deduce. Okay. Wow. A lot of late blue. Ooh, hide in plain sight. So hide in plain sight here is very much like person of interest as far as like cards go, but can have some nice upside where if we throw down morphs or we just throw down creatures that we want to be able to flip up for some sort of effect, that's really good. Makeshift binding, 2 inside sources. Makeshift binding is probably the other pick in here. As far as white splashes go, flat removal like this seems really good. I'm a big fan of this, though. I want to get wide on this. Set up our morphs. Thundering Falls, Public Thoroughfare, Novice Inspector, Evidence Examiner, Whipcracker. Public Thoroughfare is, like, fine. It's usually a thing you play on 2, and you're able to fix everything else up. If I picked up the Novice Inspector, how, like, likely would I be that I'm actually playing white? I already have a demand. I'm not super interested in the second copy of that immediately. Like, demand is extremely strong, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it goes a little later. Pick up a Crowd Control Warden. We also can pick up a Vengeful Creeper. This is actually, like, this is nifty to have. It morphs up and it's, like, a reasonable size. 5/5's pretty goddamn huge, and usually you just play it face up, actually cheaper, because it's the disenchant. There's not a lot of things you want to disenchant in this set, but the things that you do, So this case, if it ever gets off, is if you untap with this case, the game is over. So the way this case works is that if you hit 7 lands next turn, you can play lands, creatures, and enchantments off the top of your library, and you get 2 lands. The other card here I pick would be Red Herring, and that's, like, reasonable. But I want to try this out. I'm okay not picking the Red Herring here. All right, we're seeing a lot of black. Extracted Confession is one of the black cards I'm biggest on, because it sidesteps Ward, much like the rest of its removal. Like, black just sort of gets to ignore Ward on a lot of its cards. Vengeful Creeper 2 isn't really exciting. I don't really like that, but, like, it's fine. What the hell? Yeah, you got it, boss. Have not been impressed by Gearbane Orangutan. I think it's fine if you have, like, enough metal on your side, but I don't think it's very good at much else. Ooh! Ooh! Now we're talking. This right here, 4/4 Vigilance, that also, like, really lets you accelerate. We have to pass up the overrun, too. Hustle, don't really care about that, but Bustle here, +2/+2 trample and flip up a creature. Very good. But this body is quite good at being aggressive. You take a knife. We don't have a lot of the red removal that I would like. Case isn't a card I'm gonna flip, and, like, we haven't seen enough slime. Chase is something I'll at least play. Yeah, and see, here's the bit with demand answers, like, I feel fine with. Not really much on Pick Your Poison. Okay, I want one more piece of fixing for Aurelia. Maybe one of those like green 2-drops that like flips up to search a land. That'd be nice. Another demand last, okay. Alright, pack 3. Yeah, alright. You got it, boss. That's very funny. They went this way is the fixer that draws. Crime novelist fits more in the, is more like a blue-red. Meddling Youths is fine. The person I'm passing to is the first person that picked this one anyway, so. Am I really thinking about, like, just grabbing, like, they went this way? I'm not super impressed by this. It's like a, it's another piece of fixing that gets me there. Shock is nice, Dogwalker's nice. Okay, these are a lot better. Shock, Dogwalker, Nervous Gardener. Nervous Gardener is like a, sort of, Civic Wayfinder / Borderland Ranger. Shock is something I just don't have right now, which is a lot of, like, interaction, so I feel like I'm gonna pick that over the Dogwalker or the, Gardener. Sample Collector's also, like, good. These are all good. Hopefully one of these sorts of things comes back around, but... oh, okay. Yeah, the Topiary Panther is another piece that fixes this up. It feels a lot better. The dog is like, yeah... Dog's quite good, by the way. So... push, pull, offender at large, fanatical strength. Strike target tapped creature, we're not really playing on that. Pull is very funny. Push is very funny because there's like so much random vigilance that made us like fall over when we were playing that before. I'm gonna take a copy of Fanatical Strength. We don't have any tricks like this, and that should like help out. Red Herring, Bite Down on Crime. Those are both cards I'd be pretty happy to have in the deck. Red Herring helps me fix up like a bit of the low end. There's also a Bustle, you're not wrong. That's a pretty good one too. What's the creature count look like? 12. Ooh, okay. Alright, I need to pick either the Sample Collector or the Red Herring to like kind of get our creature count a little fixed up. I don't like that being that low. Felonious Rage is like a weird... Sometimes this is a shock. Sometimes this is a push-in damage that shouldn't be legal. Sometimes it makes a 2/2. This 5/5 is like not great. My watch would be splashable, but I'm not super interested in that. Another copy of... Or no, this is Trampled Garden. This one's 2 counters, plus... If you have 8, go up, and then +1/+1 trample on an attacker. That versus dogs? I'm gonna go with dogs. Again, creatures are the actual thing I'm a little worried about right now. This is not actually white, double red on the... Okay, I will take Meddling Youth background. I don't know if I'm gonna play that, because, like, that's not a powerful enough card for me to want on the splash, but... Ooh, I can play Technician as well for double red. Okay. Novice Inspector isn't making the deck. We're not playing that on the splash. But, like, with like, they went this way, and the Panther, I feel fine on the fixing. Like, 1 planes will be enough. Just for Aurelia to show up. There was a point where I chose not to pick up a Public Thoroughfare. And that, like, could matter. Let's cut this down and then figure it out. Shock is in. Demand Answers 1 is in. Red Herring, Case, Chase is on. Full Strength, they went this way. Hide in Plain Sight. Reaper, Eavesdropper, Panther, the biggie, the biggie, the biggie. the biggie. Escape tunnel's free. Thinking like 1, 2, 3. Is that good enough? Unconvinced. Artifact is probably like clue most of the time. Maybe it is just the detonation, even as like a expensive removal spell. It is removal end of the day. And then let's go Felonious Rage was the last one. That's God, 13 creatures, 14. Just better as an innocent bystander, like Meddling Youths. I would trust Meddling Youths. Okay. Meddling Youths is like Aurelia, but much weaker. Almost exclusively. We'll see if, like, maybe that innocent bystander plays out better. But yeah, white was definitely the color that didn't show, and that does make me feel good about the Aurelia as a pickup, because Aurelia, like, if we had picked up Ezreum, we would have been in a much... Okay. I'm lying. I can't lie for this long, because I might want to shock it too. I don't think I care enough about that. Okay. So I'll take the hit. Probably just shock them more if they play. Okay. We are still shocking that. And now we are... Okay. Alright. Let's count on Aurelia. Ooh, okay. Alright, so Aurelia could get hit by tapped creature. Okay, white actually really opens up the options. Free combat means I'm just blocking. We're throwing somebody away to the face down card? No. Alright. So we could tap Aurelia, we could bounce Aurelia. We could exile and give me a 2/2 to Aurelia. We could bounce the we could okay, gather technician, sure. Okay, so... I think the move here is I play the Panther. I'm fine with that option. That trades more than it needs to. That was a little, like, that was like playing around some sort of trick, perhaps? There is instant trample. We have one copy of it in our deck. It's +3/+3 in trample. Or green 1. I have to assume that sort of thing's what they were playing around. Anyway. We have... We have trample of our own. That one was very much our opponent stumbling. Yeah, of course. Like, they missed their 4th land drop and, like, did not have, like, a ton of strong board presence, whereas we played a Morph on 3 and nothing for 4 turns. Like, we played Aurelia, and Aurelia got in for the 8, and held off some damage, but, like, wasn't really big. Like, what wasn't, like... We didn't do anything leading up to Aurelia. If our opponent was a little bit more aggressive, we probably fell over. Alright. Let's ride. This looks great. Wait to lie to an opponent? Continue lying. Lying when you're not playing a best of 3 doesn't have as much value, but I still love to do it. Huh? Okay. Let's go ahead and play down our Tactician. They are still mono white. Yep. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna go with the Gossip. So they can, like, equip Haunch and move in, but, like, the Gossip is going to be the big threat for the next few turns. Like, 4/4 attacking and getting in harder. I think it's equip and get in with like, 4. Or, like, use Inside Source and get in for 4. No! It's removal. Ooh, that's bad. Don't like that. Okay, I think this is us getting the hide in plain sight board down then. We have some awkward mana costs in double red here. You got it, boss. Yeah. Okay. Didn't draw 5 lands. Love to not be dead. Alright, we haunch in. We're gonna get rid of the thing that can become evasive. +2/+2, save it. Yep. Our opponent is mono white aggro, and they are showing that power. Yeah. So we can use the face down card as a... Okay, they're pushing for a card. Interesting. Are they off color, do you think? Or are they just mono white? Howdy. If you play a swamp and like Gorgon case here, I guess you'd get me. Okay. We're gonna do a little bit of pushing here. The idea being that a little bit of pushing gets us the ability to... They were off red. Okay. Gets us the ability for fanatical strength and case to be able to, like, steal this. So off red, they can threaten, I suppose. They could... I don't think they have a burn spell that kills the Panther unless they have Galvanize, and that's their whole turn. Okay, just another body. Fly over for 2. That's fine. Fly over for 4. Okay. All right. Hello. And that's the power of the trample trick that we talked about, like, playing around. Have we solved many crimes? We would have solved the case of the burning mask. But our opponent died. That +3/+3 trick is one that is, like... There have been a couple different versions of it recently. And historically, Predator's Strike has just been a really, really strong way of performing that style of theft. solve the mysterious case of who's the beatdown. Indeed.
So I can only be here for a good half hour.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's still more than not being there.
Yeah, and we've got like a good half hour. Today is gruel with a little bit of a white splash.
I did see you had Aurelia.
Yes, I am Aurelia.
Mm-hmm. Love to see gruel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really like that card.
Yeah. It has collected company, you know, vibes to it.
Except this technically can never whiff.
Right. It's a more smoothed out variant.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. The beatdown. Beatdown fish is here. As long as they don't play a 2-3, it's okay. Are they gonna make me sacrifice an artifact? No, they're gonna base land cycle. Third color? No!
They want double green. I think they might just be at a 2-lander. They kept a 2-lander with that in hand specifically to have it be a 3-lander. I think is their plan.
Yeah, and that works. So we've got the case. Ooh. The case is actually really good here. So the case here is 3 damage. If you deal damage with 3 things, you solve it. And then you can sack it to top 3 and choose 1 to keep, basically.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, I will put down a 4/4 then. You know, big bodies. Sure. Give me a 3/3. Nope. Okay.
That's a huge mana dork.
Yes.
4 mana 4/4.
Vigilance.
With vigilance. Weird. That is vigilance.
Yeah.
Not that green can't have vigilance. It's just specifically a red-green card having vigilance feels a little weird.
Yep. Okay. So, like, I could have tapped it for mana, flipped the dogs, and then played, like, Rift Burster Hellion. But I'm a little more invested in just replaying the Gossip. Hello.
This motherfucker right here. All right.
Yeah. Every turn, Cloak. Let's get in. If we get Vannifar in combat, we can kill Vannifar. Okay. So, Case of the Burning Mast, which will solve itself. And then...
Against a red-green player, taking that block.
I think it's more of a... With this life total, I think that's a forced block. I'm kind of surprised this wasn't in combat, too, like, trying to push. No attacks. Alright. So, the cool thing we get is we get to Impulse. Land, ramp spell, Panther. We can't play Panther. That's out. That's outright. Probably just land.
Well, ramp spell, you could go grab white if you wanted to.
Could. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go wide. like, good luck shell gaming? Like, you know?
5 face down tutus. All right.
Good luck, you're at 4? Sure, that bounces a creature. Okay, if you attack, you're dead.
Interesting choice.
Are you certain about that? Here's the mystery.
I mean, that can't be dogs. They're not in the colors for dogs. They generate the dumb ones.
We just stabbed Caesar 15 times, and it's fine. End of the game. I haven't mentioned this because this is part of like end game procedure for morphs. Is showing what they were.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see that this was a eavesdropper that was put down by Vanifar as a cloaked card.
You do have to do this to prove that it was in fact a morph creature, basically.
Yeah, and you can say this permanent is cloaked. Yeah, sorry, we don't know who the murderer was. It could have been anyone. It could have been this mountain. Like,
Could have been the mountain.
who murdered the doctor? No one knows.
Who killed Mr. Burns?
Was it you? Or even you? Yeah, so Gruul in this set does have a pretty heavy, like, morph theme. Chet's dead. Yeah, alright, cool. Fun thing to note about Public Thoroughfare. I say this so that you don't make the mistake. This wants you to tap an untapped artifact or land. Now, it's easy to shortcut that to like, all of the gates that want you to pay 1. Make sure you let it resolve. In, like, you know, the way that it is supposed to.
Or it just sacks itself.
Yes.
Right? So.
I don't say that from I extreme. My opponent, like, had I played this and my opponent cracked a like a fetch in response, and I just thought I was on the resolution of the card and clicked my land and floated a mana, and then my land blew up. In this case, enters the battlefield, create a 2/1 suspicious skeleton. You solve this if you control no suspicious skeletons. If it's
Demonic
solved,
tutor.
demonic tutor.
pretty good payoff for that one.
Yes. Like, I'm not really interested in shocking that suspicious skeleton. I'm just gonna go get my second red source. Okay. Could be anything. Well. I'll get my 1/1, I suppose. Oh! Right!
Oh, it's not mana value 3 or less. It's mana value 4.
Okay, we're good. I
That
was
kicks ass.
mentally, because I paid 2, I'm like, oh, it's a 2-drop now. Alright, sweet. No blocks, thanks. Definitely what I intended to do. That's absolutely what I intended.
What an excellent interaction that you definitely intended to do.
Yep, that was absolutely my intended play right there. You all saw it. Alright, we're playing a 6-6 and cleaning the board. Sure. That's fine. I'm gonna go...
The only relevant, like, artifact and enchantment removal, there's like an orangutan that does artifact removal, I think, and then is it flip up that does like non-creature permanent removal almost?
I do have that in this.
Yeah.
So the inspector... I might shoot the skeleton at this stage because they're missing lands. Like, they're just...
Yeah, like how dangerous of a D-tutor could they do on you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it could still be pretty bad, but...
I'm not gonna do it quite yet, but...
Yeah, you're getting close to... You're also not actually as pressured as it might feel at the moment. I mean, especially with the Hellion in your pocket.
Yep. Speaking of, let's get that Hellion out of pocket. I will continue to take as much damage as the skeleton wants to deal.
It can't block, so there's no reason for it to not attack, you know?
Yeah.
Especially since they also kind of want it to die.
Yeah. So they passed.
Interesting.
There's no way. Like, this is a removal spell. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So this is awkward, but I'm gonna do the clue first. Okay. The reason was if I drew land 7, I could play this and then have it flip.
Okay.
Okay. That's just eating all my removal. That, like, just kind of has to eat all my removal.
Hey, you've got a suspicious 1/3. That can attack through the 1/3 up there now.
Hmm. Okay. Suspect is menace, can't block. Okay.
What is the chases on?
+3/+0, first strike, investigate.
Jeez. That's a hell of a combat trick.
Uh-huh. So first things first.
The Utes.
The detonation is also, like, quite real here.
Yeah. The detonation's probably more real. It's just, I like saying the Utes. You've sacrificed an enchantment.
Yeah. I was doing some looking at, like, what the turn looks like fully. I think we are...
You could, the chase is on, and then
Sack it.
combat sack the clue and still have the mana to cast the suspicious detonation. So, and you could do all of that mid-combat.
Ooh, actually, I can do
This is
that.
Not,
This is a sorcery.
that is a sorcery? Okay, never mind.
So we could go... The chase is on...
On your Menacer, that is...
Yeah, my Menacer.
Yeah.
So it's like...
You'll have 2 blockers left. The 4 gets in guaranteed. They'll have 2 life left, and you have a 2/2 flyer still.
Yes. And I won't lose any board for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that forces this block.
They have to block that.
Okay, down to 2 and no blockers. So they need to kill me or
Perish.
perish. Yeah.
Doesn't feel impossible.
-4/-4 creature. That's step 1.
That's, funnily enough, them suspecting your guy killed them because they would have blocked it, been able to block it otherwise a couple times ago.
Yeah.
Aggro's costs actually
Oh.
killed your opponent. That's great.
The bats in the graveyard come in tapped. That was not a way that could have gotten them out of the situation they were in. Did this skeleton hit me for 18?
I think so.
Maybe, no, I think maybe 16 and then a couple points from the bat.
Regardless, that skeleton did most of your life total damage. That skeleton was one of the strongest skeletons ever printed in Magic, clearly.
I'd like to note this skeleton here is like, to me, has the energy of like, if you got to look at like some Dark Souls areas when you're not in them, This is like the skeleton waiting around the corner to ambush you, but you're like not there for another
Yes.
10 minutes, you know?
Yep.
And like the skeleton's just like, all right,
Come on. All right, they're gonna get in here. Come
like
on.
waiting, pull up their other arm, look at the watch they don't have. Like, come on.
Look at the watch they don't have. Put their arm down. Grab their smartphone. Look at the watch. The time that way.
That skeleton can roll around and do a Psycho Crusher? Yeah, absolutely. 100% that skeleton can do a Psycho Crusher.
All skeletons can do Psycho Crushers if they really feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, guaranteed, for sure.
Does that get to be on the, like, like...
Yeah, tokens do.
Okay.
Like the skeletonized token is in like the top 10 if I remember.
But
right?
well,
So,
I guess what I mean more specifically is the token, not the card that generated
the
it.
token, and we do take into account at least slightly the card that generates it.
Gotcha. Because I knew the token, because I just kind of remembered that that was a part of it, but...
Dog planes.
Yeah. Alright. That's so much
Nice.
better. That's so much better.
Second draw.
That's so much better than having to play this thing on 2.
And Fanatical Strength, that's the trample one, right?
Yeah, that's +3/+3 trample.
Excellent.
Alright. Yeah,
They got fixing pretty handled. To have a full Esper set up there.
So we're gonna case here.
And
the-
it will be activated as well.
Yes.
3 sources of damage.
This case, by the way, really impressive.
Very easy to solve.
Like 3 mana, 3.
It's 3 sources of damage,
Yeah.
not combat damage, not like, damage to player, just damage.
Yeah.
All it needs.
Okay, they got the inside source. This card is quite good. I thought this was the inside man. It's not. This is the inside source, and the source is actually over here. But this card's very good because it competes with morphs well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I want to case? Most 5s I'm going to be able to play. Probably want to be flipping up the face down creature though.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna take the red herring here, right? Oh, well.
Interesting decision. Like, do you think that you couldn't put that up? What? Interesting.
Interesting. That was not the expected line, because 5 is a threat, right? I guess maybe my colors. My colors, Boros, don't generally look like they have a big body like this. I'm not. You. They have to tap or stop me before I go to combat. There's the tap and or stop me.
What do they have?
Oh, What?
Why? Excuse me? You
Wrath
don't
of God.
need to
They have a wrath. They're sitting on a wrath. They have to have a wrath. But what? That immediately scares the shit out of me for a block like that. But no, Out Cold is actually like pretty cool. They can't be countered.
Yeah.
Like skipping a ward is nice, and the card's pretty good. Like it's fine. There's gonna be some decks where it's really good, and some decks where it's just like meh. Okay, Spector.
This currently says that no, they just wanted to not take 2 damage.
Alright, let's go ahead and flip up.
Aurelia.
Hello.
She also has haste.
Uh-huh.
A non-insignificant part of your deck has haste, and I love that about it.
Trade with the red herring. I think they're gonna wrath me. I feel like I may have walked into a Wrath of God.
There it is. Okay. Did they really print destroy all creatures? Player investigates.
Player with the most creatures investigates, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. That's fine. God.
Okay.
That's less fine.
Suspicious Detonation can just kill Teysa. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But... And Fanatical Strength can also kill in combat the Withdrawn Vampire. It's not the worst here. That's also a great way to rebuild after after the Wrath.
It's like, let's get Tace off the battlefield, because I do not want, like, spirits and clues.
Shame that vampire didn't have 3 power.
A little bit. Sack an artifact, draw a card. Alright, that just lets you, you know, turn on a clue.
What? Yeah, clues for free. Another removal spell? They are playing in the colors. Investigate
right.
thrice.
Alright. Face down. Okay.
Doing a great job of stabilizing.
Yes. I should have, like, I should have trusted my instincts more on that trump
For what
block.
it's worth, you couldn't not play the Aurelia that turn because
I
it
know.
would have just not been cracking the case if that's the case, because it's a temporary jaw. You can't not do it, basically. Otherwise, you're just missing out on it.
Sure.
Okay, still dies to shock. It's fine.
Dies to this flip up. This is a disenchant on flip up. The shock I want to reserve for their face, I'll be honest.
That's fair, honestly.
Take 3. That's vigilance. No. Four in hand. They've got the mana to go deeper if they want, but, like... right now, they're trying to... They need to convert that hand into the board as efficiently as they can, because their life total is so low here.
Okay.
That can't be the play.
That...
They're dead.
Yeah.
I guess they, like... Because even the shock just kills them. Well, no, the shock doesn't kill them flat, like... Anyway.
Makes sense.
I think this is, like, so, the idea that they're thinking about, like, I understand the line here, because, so, the way this card works is that sack a clue, 2 poison. You know, 4 set up over here.
They were almost done already. They would just need to, you know, get 1 turn, sack 4 of them, investigate in some other manner, and then they kill you on, like, turn after.
Yeah. But, like, I guess they must not have had any smaller plays, because, like, this is an instant speed activation. This card's wildly strong, by the way, if you're in the right deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel good about navigating that post the Wrath. I feel like I should have trusted my, like, not popped the top 3.
Yeah, it's...
Just as a...
Yeah, that's the only, like, difference there, because then, of course, it is purely a question of, all right, do I pop the 3 or not? And, like, that's it.
Yeah. I think we already
Anything
had enough
that happens off the impulsive draw at that point, it is purely like, you know,
you're
you
absolutely
have to play it that turn or you lose it. So
yeah, I think I should have trusted that my board was enough to, like, be the threat, but
and then have a again, you didn't know you had a relic.
No,
but
I just assumed it was going to be another body to try to make sure that that was a lethal attack next turn.
True. Yeah, I get it. And it's fair to make that call in hindsight. I also do not necessarily believe that it was like a major misplay or nothing.
Nah, I think
is at worst a minor one. You know.
Again, I feel like the Wrath was like, hello, it's Wrath time. You know, like. All right, this is keepable based on. All right,
I have to hop. So enjoy the rest of the draft.
Thanks for joining. All right. All right, we got the wall. The wall! No one on earth can make you fall. This one's fun. It's like tapped. It's a tapper, but it can be like a heavy tapper if you need it to be. Which I think is cute. I don't know if it's good, but it's cute. Alright. Cycle 1 down. Ooh, now I actually want the lands for the locked hothouse. This is actually my play next turn on this hand, huh? Wild. Okay, grabbing another forest. Sure, that's like good. Okay, we got a removal spell out of them. That's fine. Yeah. If I draw another land, this goes off. I would like to obviously draw a white source if I draw another land. But Like, this is reasonably good. Hmm. 5-mana pass is interesting on Celestia colors. Alright. You got it, boss. My gossip is locked. Say nothing. Mum's the word. Alright. There's only one card I don't want to draw in my deck. That's one I'm fine drawing. So the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like once we have this active, we're just going to be slamming cards. So I'd rather get this roll. Oh, well. Okay, then. Land on top. Three cards in hand. They aren't off color because they search, so they're just Celestia. They must have some stuff going on. This is this is pretty low impact on 6 if that was their play. I feel like they've got to have like some large haymakers remaining in the pocket. We're gonna have to kind of like compete with. Bite? Oh, or removal spells. Suppose they could just be sitting on removal. Yeah. Sure. Land. Land. Ahem. Shuffle. Okay, we can't play shock. That's all right. So if they go for a fight, like a fight spell costs 4. I've got like chase if I want to go for a big move. I do need to block here though, I think. I'm gonna block and use the chase as on. Let's get rid of the detective. Do you have 2 tricks? If you have 2 tricks, this will be really funny, I suppose. You get a clue, so maybe you draw into another trick. Yep, they do. Okay. I'm gonna save the clue to clean the top. Yeah, if I didn't block, I was like 10 ways from Sunday dead, you know, so. That's nice. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend the clue here because I want to clean up the top. Land. Do I want to play the dog walker? Land. Okay. Anyway, aboard. Yep. We're gonna trade like so. I think this is a 6/6. That's not an oops. That was a calculated choice. Clean off the top. Clean off the top. Collect evidence. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of you and the shock. Ten cards in deck. Okay. All right. Seven cards in deck. All right, hello. We're here to deal damage at this stage. Five in deck. Anyway. We actually, Aurelia was a little bit of a problem at the end there. That might have been a bit of, it's fine. You only need one card left in your deck to win. This case lets you literally this case, holy crap. that was a bit silly. Yeah, she only needed one combat, you're right. Future Sight's still good in the year 2024. Future Sight, that's Oracle of Moldiah. It lets you play 2 lands. So for this set, there was a side product that's like a clue tie-in game. You lose if you fail to draw a card. If you draw a card and fail, like, then you die. There's a clue tie-in on this set. Well, that's like an actual little game thingy that has some unique cards in it. In those unique cards, there's a set of duels that are all of the rooms in the board game Clue. The secret passage is Demir, for instance. The library is it. The Gruul land is the dining room. Because as we know, Borborygmos says exactly 2 things. Crush them, or we eat. And well, sometimes it's time to eat. Sure. This is gonna be awkward because we're not gonna have green for a little while, but don't do that, Jones. Don't. Hey, Thraven Inspector, how you doing? Oh boy. I want this out. Oh, what the hell? Alright. I'm getting toasted. Yeah, removal doesn't line up great in that situation. This 4-power attacker is going to be putting us to the sword for a little while. We've got options, they're just awkward. And they've still got lots of gas, so... I believe we are getting smoked in this one. Uh-oh. 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 Hmm. Let's leave this one well enough alone. This, that one went poorly. That's fine. Yeah, that, like, I had hoped that that hand was going to run a little better off color, but, like, it really didn't. Even on color, it really wasn't. Like, on color would have been, like, still playing lands, I suppose. Maybe that's more relevant. The pipe! The more I think about this, the less I'm excited about keeping it. You want to, like, equip that pipe? Okay. This savior is going to be a capital P problem just because it's going to have 4 power lifelink. Inspector is good here, and Technician is good here. Both of these create a blocker that beats that. So these are both really good. We'll be able to deal with the flyer pretty, like, cleanly. So we're gonna do this half first. And hold back the other half of our, like, secret. Like, they probably have a kill spell, but if we get them to spend a kill spell here and then a kill spell the other, you know, like, that's... The idea is they'll have to do it on both. Cool. Alright, they've got the inside source. Some good creatures to hold pipes. If I can grow a land, we can kill the pipe. Ooh, Eavesdropper is pretty good, though. Okay. We're running them out of cards, which, like, the Glint Weaver means we can recover the life back pretty quickly. Yeah, they're empty-handed now. Okay. Good pipe. That's very good there as a draw. Kill the offender. Then in with the eavesdropper. Alright. And thus we've cleared the board. Alright. Get that pipe out of there. Back to 20 with you. Goodbye, the chase is on. Time for Aurelia. Combo. Also, guess what? The red herring blocks. Okay. That, the hiding in plain sight really pulled us out of a bind there. Day Scavenger. I wish this card was good. And, oh, we're done. Oh, alright then. Let's go ahead and claim those packs, and then I'm going to step away for a short break before starting Draft 2. So, I will be back in just a minute. Enjoy. Alright, now we're back. Yeah, that one went very nicely. 7-1. Our first pick did do things. Aurelia was pretty key in a couple of our games. Really like that. We also did pull off like a 2-color splash and not have it like backfire. We had the correct amount of fixing for that. All right. Let's roll in for draft 2. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Rakdos. Okay. We did also solve some cases. That was nice. I think I'm allowed to pick Rakdos here. Other cards of note, obviously. So I love Novice Inspector. Not on my watch is very nice. Push pull is like fine. So push we saw didn't do as much work as we want, but pull does a lot. Does do a big kill. Hard hitting question is good removal. Crocodile is like a fine body. But like also Rakdos is like sweet. This Rakdos is very good. 6/6 flying trampler that either you draw 2 cards or your opponent has to sack 2 things. Presumed dead. Audience with Tristani. This is... Well, of course the Simic had Crocodilfs. What else would... You know, of course they'd have Crocodilf. But really, they call them the Crocodilf, but really, they're an investigator. Hey, welcome back, Nick Themeron. What happened in round 1? 7-1. Trying to figure out what I'm doing with this one. I'm gonna go with Fuss and Bother, actually. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. Oh, red in here looks very good. Case of Burning Masks. Person of interest. You are being watched. The government has a system. Hold on. This is not the... Right, I just get hit when I see these sorts of things. But, yeah, Case of Burning Mask is extremely good. Person of Interest, extremely good. Also a great TV show. Can recommend. Red Herring, quite good. Was impressed by the Inspector. I thought the Inspector was going to be bad, and it was instead, like, pretty key. Ooh, Shady Informant is okay. Cold Case Cracker. Mask Maker is a fun goblin. The double orangutan. I disagree with that these should have doubles, but I guess I'm presumed dead. I feel like Cold Case is another really strong card in here, but innocent bystander. We are finding 100,000 of these. Sentry, bite down on crime. Alright, I feel like I should be flipping over to green, and I'm going to take that advice. We're going to find a way to make this work with a different color combo. Green looks a little too open here. Hedge Whisper is very good. Eavesdropper is very good. Green's been good for a couple packs now. We're going to take the dip. What? Hey, hold on now. Magma. red splash a rare. Hey now, the first deck we had that blew up was not green red splash a rare, it was red blue splash a rare. That was the problem. Green wasn't the main color, and therefore it blew the hell up. Why would a Hellion wear a disguise? No, you know. Yeah, right now we're just gonna, like, we only have one pick in green. I'm not gonna say we're in any way committed to it. I just think the Eavesdropper is a strong card. Just not sure what we're doing immediately yet. I guess honestly, I feel like Rakdos' plan in this set is a little loose. I think it's supposed to be suspect as like a mechanic, but like there's not a huge amount of like real payoffs for that. I interpret the disguise as like sort of like seeing someone out of the corner of your eye. Like you don't sort of you can't like, it's like an illusion mage, sort of like I don't know, who is that? That's just someone, right? Like I don't notice. It's the like unless I'm looking directly at you, I don't like see it. Case of the stashed skeleton. All right. We also have Pyrotechnic Performer, and this card kicks ass. Right? Like, we've played this card. Very good. Like, incredibly good card. Case of the Stashed Skeleton. Give the meteor to the skeleton. I wonder if my print came in. My skeleton print came in. It wasn't in yesterday. I feel like this is tough, but I'm gonna pick the skeleton. Soul Innervate. This is very good removal. Shock. It's shock. We saw shock. It did shock things. It's shock. It does shock things. It's pretty shock. The Strix did arrive, yes. That was what I found yesterday when I looked. Soul Innervate. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, I need you to understand, this card is messed up. Like, this card is like, hey, what if True Name Nemesis and Batterskull, like, were one card? Like, instead of lifelink, I just get an infinite number of bodies. I feel bad passing it, but we're way too late to shift over. And I'm quite happy with the person of interest. Blood Splatter Analysis. So with Blood Splatter Analysis, you need to not really care about the bottom text on this. It is like, when 5 creatures die, you get a Raised Dead, and you get some incidental mills. Really, this is 2 mana, 3 damage to a creature, with like some incidental upside that slowly happens. So you don't like, you're not like building towards this because it's not a big enough payoff for that, but you're just letting it occur. So, Lead Pipe, Chase, Escape Tunnel? Get the Escape Tunnel going. But yeah, so like the coat is a 3/2 unblockable with Ward 2. The coat can jump back to hand for 2 mana, and you can replay it and make another coat. Ooh. Hi. I think I'm still after Gadget Tactician. I like this card a lot. You see me playing it in decks that don't contain both sides of the mana. Vengeful Tracker gives us some more bodies on 2. This one's kind of funny because it's like anti-clue zone. Orthopede also is good. I'm gonna take the Tracker to get some more things on 2. I like playing above the morphs. Person of Interest, hell yeah. Bum bum bum. I do want 1 Reconstruction at some point. But like, this is one of my favorite. Ooh, Shady Informant, chases on. We don't really have anything like this, and this is a trick that can be very deadly if you lift something like this up. We'll take another Eavesdropper. We're not, yeah. You haven't read Slime Against Humanity? Just, you know. You make an ooze with 2 plus however many, Slime Against Humanities or oozes you have, Engrave or Exile. And you play 1,000,000 of them. Alright, don't care about you, don't care about you. Wow, this pack is empty. I just did the sweep through this pack and it just doesn't have anything real for us. Second Orangutan isn't really worth it. The Coroner maybe is fine. We already have it, it doesn't add up, and I'm not really excited about it. Hell, that's not even like in my main. We can play Flotsam Jetsam. Sure. Wrath of God. Frantic Goat, Scene of the Crime, Reenact the Crime. You have to reenact the crime because there were no witnesses. Reenact the Crime is pretty cool. It's this reanimation piece that reanimate, well, anything, not just a creature, but only if it went there this turn. Take the goat. Fester Leech, Galvanize. I don't have any real removal at the moment in this colors other than like Soul Innervation. So let's get this. Fester Leech we saw do a lot of work. Basilica Stalker is actually quite good. Just this like, you know, top end flyer that gains you tiny amounts of life. Hello? So, Perfect Fixing, another case of the Burning Masks, Agent, Red Herring. I'm gonna believe in the fixing piece here. Actually, hold on. We can dog walk. I almost missed it. We can dog walk. So this here, connecting the dots, this is like a Bomat Courier. Whenever creature attacks, exile top card of your library, you can't look at it. And then discard your hand, sacrifice. Put them all in your hand. So it's like a Bomat Courier from Kaladesh. I'm gonna walk more dogs. Public Thoroughfare is applicable there too, but like I like walking more dogs. Cease. Scene of the Crime. Corner. Chase. Oh, it's lightning. Nobody's in red white, huh? You sure about that one? Damn. I mean, I guess we saw the dog walkers too. There are certainly a lot of people in white. Maybe not as many people in red, but there must not be, like, the person who had specifically those colors must not have had a lot of, Alright. Let's see what we can do with this. This looks like this deck is going to be very low to the ground aggressive, and then, like, Rakdos and some Morphs as its top end. So we've got Soul Innervation, Repeat Offender, Skeleton, Scapegoat, Galvanize, Red Herring Tracker, Persons of Interest, Crasher, Blood Spatter, Gadgets, Dog Walker, Rakdos, Fuss, then like Rage, Bystander, count creatures, maybe Presumed Dead. Use a lot of these tricks. I was about to just hit go and assume that it built my deck right. Now we're gonna go 16 lands, very low to the ground. Rakdos is our, like, end game, and then everything else is, like, morphs. So, we're playing 2s and 3s and tricks. Designing Chaos. Let's go. I'm going to design chaos. Skeleton? Skeleton! What? Hello? I've solved the case. I get to search with it next turn because I'm going to pay 2 and flip this. I'm probably just going to grab Rakdos. I'll be honest. I'll be extremely frank. Like, we have 5 mana. Like, I will grab Rakdos. We have Magma as well. Hey, excuse me. Hell do you do?
I'll phase through anything that stands in my way.
Oh, God. Whenever one or more creatures you control and/or creature cards in your graveyard are put in exile, you may choose a creature from among them. Oh, God, my eyes are glazing over. Okay, one more
Other
time.
than myself, of course.
Whenever one or more of your creatures you control and/or creature cards in your graveyard are put in exile, you may choose a creature from among them until end of turn. Target token you control becomes a copy of it, except it has flying. plus... Oh, plus 1 mega... Okay, that's the actual part that matters. Got it. Thank you. God. Oh, my God. Sorry, I was just... eyes glazing over trying to understand what that card was saying.
Try that again. I dare you.
Alright, Galvanize hit walkers? No. Case of burning hit walkers? No. Blood spatter hit walkers? No. We're just gonna believe. So plus Mega Tech with flying, because that's what Kaya really has.
I'm the best ghost hunter in the business.
I believe you. Sure.
You must feel pretty smart right now.
All right. Yep.
Apparitions come in many shapes, but they all look like a payday to me.
Okay. That's pretty good. All right. Anyway. Pretty sure Kaya can -2 to kill Rakdos. Might even be worse. Yeah. It's like... Okay. So yeah, -2, kill Rakdos, and then like... make a copy of Rakdos for a turn? Is that what's gonna happen? Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen is we're gonna have Rakdos get eaten by Kaya. And they're gonna have a Rakdos for a turn. I think. No? Okay.
With a little cunning, you can dodge death and taxes.
They must have a kill spell then for Rakdos. Hmm. They want me to attack into, like, the exile trick, then? We're just gonna get Magma out. I think they have something, because they haven't activated anything. What if Rakdos just sits here for a while? You let me get to the activation? Okay. I wish I had a little bit more mana going on here. I know I cut to 16, I suppose that's on me. Okay. Then you got dogs. Sure.
I don't let anything slip through the cracks.
Okay.
Other than myself, of course.
What?
I'm the best ghost hunter in the business.
I'm not gonna be able to claim to understand this. We need to put things on the board. Your final card, way to save this? Or are you just cracking a clue? Okay. Then we're gonna red herring. Alright, then we're gonna try reading you one more time.
How did you do that?
You control. Okay. God, this is a card that has, like, a literal paragraph that's impossible to understand before you even get to its lines of text. Holy shit.
Things come in many shapes, but they all look like a payday to me.
Ooh, that Phoenix is... That Phoenix is terrifying. Oh, this is quite bad. Because every time they do the Phoenix, they're going to get to copy on their tokens. Alright, I need to read you again. Whenever one or more creatures you control and or creature cards in your graveyard are put into exile, comma, choose a creature card from among them until the enter and target token becomes a copy of it. Okay. I can't kill Kaya here. Oh, you made a draft deck with 3? What? Like, somebody, you realize this is a mythic, right? What? How do you have 3 of this in anything? Okay. If you played a third Kaya against me at like an event, at a limited event, there's a high probability I would call a judge and ask them to check your pool. Actually, at a limited event, that'd be impossible. I'm not. God, it wouldn't be impossible with the current bit, would it be? Because, like, in a normal, so, okay, rares in a pack have a have their own print run, which is to say that like. Used to. Nowadays, I don't actually know if that's true anymore.
Sometimes people rely a little too heavily on the spirits, if you know what I mean.
Because, like... Alright, so we have more dogs. So I'm thinking of a sealed pool, not a draft. In a draft, people can pass it to you. Because in a general sense, in a box of Magic, like... I don't know how true this is anymore based on, like, booster, play, fun, lists, amalgamation stuff. But the rare slot was something that you could track through a booster box. Because printing cards isn't done at random. When you print cards, like you are printing a sheet and then putting those cards into boosters, which... As random as you want that process to be, it is not factually a random... Like, it won't be random to do so. So, if you know what that run is... then and you know what, like, some cards in the pack are, then you would know what the rest of your, like, pulls are. That's possible. We are dying to like 1 billion evasive power right now. I need my tactician to die. Return the dog as a suspect.
Look to see me no more.
Anyway, we're dead in the air. Escape dog. Yeah, that card had a lot of text, but being Bitter Blossom was the text that mattered. Like, there were other things that were going on with that card, but, you know, being a removal spell mattered. They let us draw 4 cards off Rakdos, and it wasn't even close. No. Yeah, this is fine. Swamps. Okay. Sure. That's 3 swamps and their own face down card. It's a little awkward if I'm gonna choose to do that. So we get the skeleton. Opponent's on 3 lands and is yet to make land 4 or a second color. Alright. It's time for Felony Dog. They're off blue, okay. The dog has committed a... Oh, all right. They can't stop the skeleton. I can't believe that dog evaded taxes for so long. Bum Smoke is a hilarious name for the bubble smuggler. That's good. I may have muted myself because I'm just a little stunned at our opponent being the most heroic hero that ever lived. We're gonna keep trading, and we're gonna try to win that way. If our opponent controls no creatures, then we win, right? How big is it? Okay, it's a problem. Oh my god! No! They're so strong. This rules. Our opponent's the most powerful wizard I've fought in ages. Like, I thought that when the ley line came down, I thought that this was gonna be like nothing, and then they played Case, and we're just dead. There are many pacts. Yeah, the ley line here. All things are all colors. This doesn't work with Niv, because Niv wants everything to be like everything to be exactly 2 colors, right? So, Skeleton, you gotta save me. I don't know how to tell my opponent they are the coolest opponent in the world without sounding like a jerk, you know? Like... Am I dead? This needs to flip up and kill me. I need you all to know, the skeleton tried. The skeleton tried so hard. It wasn't enough in the face of 2-pack over here. I need to see what that morph is, please. Rakish scoundrel. This is... So, we saw Niv Mizzet in our first draft and, like, thought about the Niv Mizzet dream. That's cool. This is so much funner than the Niv Mizzet dream. Because, like, you could just play a normal green deck with these fixing in it. And if you draw the guild pack, you play it for 3 green and a black, you know, or whatever, because they're like green, black, blue. They're just playing a normal deck with some fixing and, don't worry about it. Smile, you know? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're good. We're good. Magic is extremely good. Cool. I am, when my opponent does cool shit, like, you know, I love it. I am so for it. Like, you're gonna beat me hard. Beat me up. Beat me the hell up. This might have been a mistake on the lands. We'll see. That's fine. Removal plus a tracker. Well, the removal's awkward because it might not work against a 2. Felonious tracker. It's fine, we've got some nice cards. We are being watched. I'm feeling more and more with this that the 17th land is more important than, like, one of our morphs. Mostly because of the morphs. Like, the morphs are like the both sides of that coin, where it's like, yeah, the morphs let you smooth out the curve. On the other... Normal lands. Yeah. Alright, I can at least smack you down. They have to read the blood splatter. Is that going to be Dog Walker? I think they're on blue as a splash here. Well, no. Oh my god. What? Run, my suspicious goat. The living conundrum: if you have no library cards in the library, you can't deck because you skip your draw. And if you have no cards in your library, it's a 10/10 flying hexproof vigilance. It's pretty fun. I like this add-on common. I think it's cool. Okay. Try to trade here. It's probably another copy of No? Okay. Oh, it was a weapon. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Goat in. Trying to do some cleanup here. Damn it. Goat out. No. Goat in. Yo! Okay, this card whips. Whenever you cast an artifact investigate and your activated abilities cost one less, you can't go under one, but it makes your clues cost one on the active, which is wildly good. I think we're run out here. Just a little bit too long off that third land. Is that lethal? Yeah, it's lethal. All right. That's fine. We get both sides of the coin. This deck felt like... I felt like this one was going to land around 3 or 4. I guess I think I missed on the mana. I think that deck actually wanted that 17th land. Normally, like, a couple games like that is like, I should ignore that. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking, like, the morphs actually make it a little harder, where it's like, no, you feel like it should let you play low, but it doesn't, like, just removing, like, the informant for a 17th land. Anyway. What's up with some packs? It's a lot of packs. Magnifying glass. That was a reprint. Inside source. I'm very glad that we got to see green, like, get its due. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I've been wondering, like, what, like, a direction or, like, how playable green was, and to see it, like, function like that felt really good. This is one of my favorite cards in the set. I love the strut. I love the hat. I love the flavor text-ish ability. If you're wondering what this means, disguised creatures are just face-down nothings. They're nobodies. They don't have a name. They're nothing. They're just secret. They're like, tokens do have a name. Tokens are what, you know, goblin token is goblin, you know, things like that. But morphs are just nothing. They're 3 mana 2/2, you know, nothing. So no morph can fight me. Sure, more of the duels. Krenko. Tolsmere. 5 mana. Oof. Voja's gotten big. When a wolf attacks, if Tolsmere attacked this combat, target creature blocks that wolf. Okay. Archdruid's Charm. We had a while back in Modern Horizons 1 or 2. We had Archmage's Charm, which was like blue, blue, blue. Really big charm. Here we have the green version of it. Which has a strong disenchant, a strong bite, or search any land or creature. And the land goes into play. I think this card's pretty dang strong. It's like the specific thing about it is that searching a land full stop is very good. Like, this doesn't say non-basic, or, you know, basic land, or, you know, forest or something. And being a creature tutor is also really good. This also has one of my favorite art pieces. I really like the camera and then the lens in the camera. This is like Crucible Worlds if it were fair. Hey, Rakdos. Still trust you. Anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight. That's 2 drafts. We rolled through them quick. So, hope you all had a good time with that. Thank you all for joining. If you want to catch more, you can always follow, see when I go live. Generally, it's 7 o'clock Central Time on weekdays, 2 on Sunday. Upcoming stuff. So, as I mentioned, Sunday we've got Mega Man Battle Network 5 continuing to go. Very fun. We'll likely be fitting a little bit more of this in over the next couple days. Monday and Tuesday. Probably like Monday, and then like Tuesday might be Dwarves, we'll see. Then Dragon Warrior Wednesdays and such. Yeah. So, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for joining. Hope you had a good time. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.